So in this lesson, I want to talk about the difference between claims and evidence. Now, claims are kind of like opinions, but not really, right? Claims can be proven with evidence. Opinion cannot be proven, no matter how much evidence you bring to it. In fact, by definition, opinion doesn't really have evidence to support it. It's just your opinion. Claims require analysis and an explanation to connect to evidence. And so that's where you as a speaker and a writer are going to come in. And claims come from the mind and point of view of the writer or speaker, in this case you. Evidence is facts, or pretty close to facts, right? Evidence is used to prove claims. And anyone with normal senses and sanity, right, anyone who's not colorblind or crazy can perceive the evidence, right? That's what we mean when we say something is empirical. Everyone can see it, provided they're, again, not colorblind or crazy, right? If I look at the wall in my classroom, I see that one wall is white, one wall is purple. That's empirical. Anyone who walks in my room is going to see a white wall and a purple wall. Right? Like I said, unless they're colorblind or crazy. But if I say, well, you know, an imaginary voice told me, you know, that I should become a teacher, not everybody in the world can hear that imaginary voice. And so it's not empirical. And so evidence is empirical. You're going to hear a lot about this in your science classes. Evidence comes from outside the mind and point of view of the speaker or writer, in this case, you, right? That purple wall is outside of you. Now you might have a claim. You might say, well, that purple wall is, you know, it's a really nice shade of purple. But you know, no matter what, that purple wall is outside of you. And in this class, and this is going to be a big deal, you must cite your evidence. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in an upcoming lesson. But first, let's talk about bacon. And you'll hear me use this example a lot, right? You might have an opinion, right, that bacon tastes good. However, you can't prove that bacon tastes good. You just can't. You can make a claim. You can say Americans like bacon, and then you can come up with some evidence like, you know, Americans bought 50,000 tons of bacon last year, and, you know, that's enough for 12 pounds of bacon per American, and so therefore Americans must like bacon. You can make that claim and support it with evidence, but you can't prove that bacon tastes good. Right? Or you can make a claim like bacon is a popular food product, and you might say, you know, the local grocery store sells 25 packages of bacon a day, but, you know, it's your opinion that bacon tastes better than ham, right? You can't prove that bacon tastes better than ham. You can prove that more people eat bacon than ham, but you can't prove that it actually is better or tastes better, right? So that's going to be the difference there is, you know, between, you know, whether something can be proven with evidence and it's therefore a claim, or whether something's just your opinion. Right, so let's try some here, right? 23, and I want you to read these along with me, and then pause for a second, and I want you to think to yourself, okay, is this claim or is this evidence? This is a little quiz here, but it's not going to be scored. So again, I'll pause and let you think about it. So the first one here, 33% of Americans buy at least one package of bacon per week. That's evidence, right? That's a fact. We can prove that. It's empirical. Bacon is unhealthy. That's a claim, right? We could provide some evidence to show that bacon is unhealthy. A study by the University of Washington Medical Department found that eating bacon daily raises the risk of heart attack by 70%. Right? Is that a claim or evidence? Okay, I would use that as evidence in my paper. Now, that's a claim that the University of Washington is making, right? So for them, it's a claim, but for me, it's evidence, right? If I'm writing a paper or I'm a speaker here, you know, for me, that's evidence. So part of this is going to depend on how it's used. One serving of bacon has, on average, 400 milligrams of sodium. That's evidence, right? To support my claim that bacon is unhealthy, or bacon is healthy. Bacon is too salty. That's a claim. I'm going to need some evidence to support it. Now, if I said bacon is nasty, that would be an opinion, right? And so that's it. We're going to explore this a lot more. I've got a little practice quiz for you. We're going to spend months on this. So this is just a little bit to get your feet wet and get you thinking about the difference between claims and evidence.